Salute to you all. The brave never fall. You should always expect the unexpected every single day of your life, every hour of your life, damn near every minute of your life. You should expect the unexpected, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Expect it. If anything is unexpected, you should expect it. If anything that could possibly happen to you that you believe this would be really unexpected if this happened to me, why don't you just go ahead and assume that it will happen? Expect it to happen. If it doesn't, great. If it does, you've already been prepared. Some people believe that when you think this way, they think that you're focused on the unexpected. They think that you're focused on it, and they think that you manifest things that are negative into your life. When you start assuming something bad could happen to you, or some type of a scenario might happen, or some person may enter your life and change it in some certain type of way, something might happen at your workplace, something you're doing in your hobbies and your goals, anything that you're doing in life. They think if you focus on the unexpected, you manifest bad things in your life. And I would challenge these people's way of thinking as the complete opposite of that. The only time anything negative happens to me when something's unexpected is when I was foolish enough to believe that that unexpected thing was incapable of happening to me. I was foolish enough to believe that that unexpected thing that popped up into my life would never happen to me. That I was incapable of ever encountering a scenario of an unexpected event happening to me, whether it's the good, the bad, or the ugly. And people would say to you, you weren't prepared for that, were you? Isn't it? You ever been through something where something happens to you and then somebody has the audacity to Monday morning quarterback that scenario and say, you weren't really prepared for that, were you? Boy, does that get under your skin, especially the people who know you. And that's how people who know you really know how to get under your skin, is when they can kind of poke at you and say, you weren't prepared for something. You weren't mentally prepared for something. You weren't physically prepared for something. Emotionally, you were compromised. You had no spiritual foundation. And boy, does that get under our skin. Then we want to fight back. We want to clench our teeth, and we want to pick up things and we want to smash stuff because they're right. They're absolutely right. You should listen to them. You weren't prepared. In fact, you were ill prepared to take on a challenge that you should have always suspected would eventually pop up and rear its ugly head, grab you by the collar and say, it's time for us to have a little bit of a talk. Whatever that scenario is, whatever that person, place, or thing is, eventually it's going to happen to you. You're going to meet your match in every one of those areas a lot in life, more often than not. The difference between the people who actually can get through those things and the people who get run over by those things and they have the confrontation with these people, places, or things is that the people who are prepared for them have a much more peace of mind about them. They seem much more balanced, centered, and fitted to take on the challenge of these unexpected things happening to them. The people who are not prepared are the ones who seem to just get knocked off of their feet. They hit the ground, they curl up into the fetal position, and they wait for somebody to come and rescue them. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know where to begin to take on the challenge of getting over the hump of whatever this unexpected person, place, or thing is that just suddenly popped up into their life. Always expect the unexpected in life. Prepare yourself every single day mentally. I like to do it the day before. And it's not about preparing for particular situational events or people or things that are going to happen. What you're doing is you're hardening your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul to say, no matter what happens the next day, I am ready for it. You're just saying you're ready. You're prepared for any of these things. How do you do that? You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to have enough self-discipline and self-control and self-love for yourself to know that you are valuable enough to want to take yourself seriously enough where you wouldn't want something unexpected to come and knock you on your ass. And if it does happen, some unexpected thing comes and knock you on your ass, you're not going to curl up in a fetal position and wait for someone to come and rescue you. You're just going to get up and say, is that all you got? Because what I was preparing myself for was a lot worse than that. And then you move forward. You start handling the problems one by one. You start incrementally taking down this task in front of you. You don't let the task get too big, and you don't get arrogant and make sure and view it as some small thing that popped up in your life either. You put it in its proper perspective. You take the task at hand and you put it in its proper perspective, and then you take whatever you learn from that and you put it in your belt and you take it home with you and you put it up on the shelf and you say, now the next time that happens, I'm ready. I'm even more ready than I was the first time, and I wasn't really ready for it. I assumed something was going to happen to me. I didn't know what it was, and I was able to handle it. When that situation pops up or anything like it, I got this. Do that enough times, that's where you develop that sense of confidence when you wake up and say, no matter what happens to me today, I'm ready. You have to go through some shit. You have to be prepared to fail. You have to be prepared to succeed at the exact same time. You have to be prepared to take on the challenge and know that you may not come out of it the same person if it's a big enough challenge, and that's okay. That's where you start taking every negative and turn it into a positive. If you can turn every negative into a positive out of any situation, regardless if it's a good, bad, or the ugly situation, now you're ready to take on any challenge. Because you automatically know no matter what happens, you're going to take a positive out of that situation, and you're going to look at the negatives and you're going to use those negatives to make sure that those positives are more often the case than not. You got to take those negatives and say, I need to learn from these. So when the next unexpected thing pops up in my life, I'm ready to take it on confidently. Not eagerly, seeking a way to get out. You're just saying, I'm going to face this challenge. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to end up in the fetal position in the corner, in the dark, hoping and praying somebody saves me from something if I just get up, could get myself out of myself. If you have a big enough goal in life, and you have things you want to do in your life, and you want to be the best person you can be, challenges are really going to come at you a lot more than some people who have no ambition at all and just sit there comfortably and don't do anything, which is what makes these people weak. Because when you choose to take on certain challenges in life and you refuse to be mediocre and average, and you want to be more in life, and you want to be a leader, you want to be a strong alpha type person who gets shit done and shows up for the people who needs them, you don't have time to sit and be comfortable curled up in a fetal position. So therefore, you're going to be in situations where you're constantly going to have unexpected things popping up, because by nature, you're just doing more. You're experiencing more. So if you are the type of person who wants more out of life, and you have that high value bar that you want to reach, to strive for every day, you're going to encounter a lot more things that are going to pop up that are unexpected. The good thing about that is that even though those things are going to happen more frequently, you are hardened by them every single time it happens. You're callous in your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul. You're becoming not a hardened individual like you become some stone cold machine. We're talking about hardened as in the sense that it's going to take a lot more than an unexpected circumstance, no matter what the magnitude is, to completely knock you down and out where you're no longer who you are and become a shell of yourself. These unexpected events are going to come at you at a pace where you're going to end up expecting them to happen. And when they don't happen, you're going to be like, what's going on here? Maybe I need to raise the bar a little higher. I kind of like those unexpected events because they show me a different perspective of life, and they're teaching me things. They're giving me valuable knowledge and tools, not only about myself, but whatever it is I was experiencing in the first place, whether it's a person, place, or a thing. So when these unexpected things pop up, you take them as learning tools. You say, there's another experience that I can put under my belt, take home and put on my shelf, and I can come back to it and say, wow, this event that I'm going through right now is kind of exactly like that one. And I did this, this, and this to get through it. And if you do it enough times, it becomes subconscious, secondhand nature to you. It's just part of who you are. I don't even think about it anymore. Unexpected things pop up to me, and it's no different than I expected it to happen. It's just life. It's a perspective. It's a mindset shift. It's you saying, I'm in control of myself. The outside world is not in control of me. The outside world can get as crazy, as chaotic as it wants to get. But I'm in control of me. And people can try to force me to make certain decisions. They can try to force me into a life of mediocrity that they want me to live. But I have my choice. I can choose to walk away from these people, places, and things anytime that I want to. Unexpected things are going to pop up regardless if I stay in place or I walk away. If you view the unexpected things as challenges instead of obstacles that are annoying and have no value, you'll get more value out of them. You should try to take value out of everything in life. If there's something in your world that is seemingly an obstacle, it seems like it's something that is holding you back, it's a barrier, approach it. See what's going on there. Figure some shit out and figure out how you can turn the negative aspects of that barrier into something positive. Because they're there. You just have to find them. You have to break through that barrier and start picking up the pieces and figure out the pieces that you want to keep, pieces you want to learn from, the pieces you want to throw away and jettison. And you can do that with people, places, and things. It's really important when you take on any journey, and you're going to be going on a big one. Whenever you finish a giant goal, they call it the after action report in the military. The after action report. Step back and think about what you just did to get through whatever that unexpected thing is, or that giant goal you just achieved, that you just completed. You do your after action report. You look back at everything you did right, everything you did wrong, everything you did mediocre. You keep what you need, you toss what you don't, and you move on to the next giant goal. Once you finish crossing a mountain, get prepared for the volcano. There is no time for you to sit back and think you're going to have a life where unexpected things are going to be void for you. That's not ever going to be the case. No matter what your mindset is, there are going to be unexpected things that pop up. I like to turn those things into as many positives as I possibly can, as many learning tools as I possibly can, many experiences that I can create to callous my mind, especially my mind when it comes to this, because the mindset is what's going to make you feel as if those obstacles in your way are just annoying little things that you just want to hit with a baseball bat until they explode. And then you walk right over the debris instead of trying to figure out what could you have done to maybe get over that obstacle without hitting it with a baseball bat. Maybe you could have been more prepared to begin with the encounter, so you don't have to worry about being annoyed by it. You don't have to worry about being disturbed or thrown off your game or putting in an imbalance because something unexpected popped up, no matter how bad it is. And when you remain calm through these situations, you'll find that other people around you who are freaking out, they start to calm down and understand that, yeah, maybe it isn't that big of a deal. Maybe we should just attack this thing and figure out, no matter how long it takes, what it's going to take to get through this obstacle, through this unexpected event that just popped up, this unexpected person that just came into my life, this unexpected thing, this place. And it's up to you to make that decision whether or not you want these things in your life or you don't. How you handle them is going to determine that. If you face something with fear and anxiety and depression, that's going to be your trend. That's going to be your story. And there are people out there who struggle through that. I struggled through that for a very long time. For an extremely long time in my life. Almost 2 decades of my life was full of fear, anxiety, and depression. I faced every unexpected event like it was the end of the damn world. And it wasn't until I realized through certain events that happened in my life that these events are going to happen. And you're going to get through them one way or the other. Why not face them head on and get through them extremely strong instead of facing them with your head down and cowardly and getting through it extremely weak and not being prepared at all to face something similar than that in the future? So always expect the unexpected on your journey. As you move on to your next big goal in life, your next big journey, your next big victory that's upon you, you have to expect the unexpected and expect those unexpected things to be big and life-changing for you. Crossroad level event things. If you expect these things to happen, you will be prepared for them. You're going to get through them, and you're going to take the value of these things. No matter how bad they seem to get, there's always a lesson to be learned. There's always something you can do to learn a new technique, more knowledge to be gained. You can take something from it. Take some positive from it. Even if it's one thing, it's positive. In a world full of negativity, taking anything positive out of a negative situation is gold. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall.